today we're in the village of Rothbury in the Coquet Valley.
The shop has actually been in the family a long time, probably about 105, 110 years.
Right.
And it was my husband's aunt who had it. And they used to sell tobacco in the days where you had lots of tins of tobacco, cigarettes. She used to sell things for golf, and she used to sell the fishing licences and the flies for fishing, all of those kind of things. And then she was ill, and I sort of took it over probably about 50 years ago now already, and I turned it into more toys, and it's gradually become more of a toy shop and cards, lots of cards.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a real sense of community here.
Yes.
You know, like Mum goes to the WI, they both do the bell ring.
And even to have a WI still there.
Never lived. I grew up, born in London, grew up sort of west of London, but my mum was originally from Scotland, but kind of love it, absolutely love it.
What sort of things do they do?
They do the bell ringing in the church. So, yeah, tonight they're actually going to get. Just the one over there. Yeah.
It's a dying art, isn't it, bell ringing?
Yeah, so and it seems quite technical.
It's lovely to hear the bells ringing.
Moved from the centre of Sunderland, so I went from the ridiculous to the sublime.
Definitely. And why did you do that? Just you wanted a lifestyle change, or was it work?
Well, my wife is from a little place this size. Used to be this size in Norfolk. You know, we used to go down there. We used to say good morning to you and that sort of thing.
Everybody knows everybody.
And when I lived in Sunderland, there was my wife was closing the curtains one night, saw two lads breaking into a car, and said, "Pete, they're breaking into a car." So I ran out, and one of them stuck a screwdriver in my neck, but it didn't go in very far. But anyway, and then another one hoofed me up the street. So I marched in the house and that's it, we are off.
But yet, every house that come for sale, more than likely there were people from Newcastle and all over. But I don't think they do enough for youngsters to allow them to live where they're sort of, I wouldn't say where they're born, but at least where they've been brought up.
And of course Rothbury has expanded a lot. There are lots of houses, new houses now, and that has made a difference, a small difference, maybe not as much difference as you'd expect it to.
Right.
I feel like, particularly post-COVID, a lot of my friends and my sisters and everyone, we started remote jobs.
And what do you think about the banks closing? I was talking to people today, and
has
that affected you?
A little. I think probably because it will take people out of the village. You know, if you go to Alnwick to the bank,
There's not many in Alnwick now. I think the last one's
closing, right. So if you go, need to go to the bank. It's a long way.
I know.
And online banking is probably the thing to do.
I think so.
Because there's a cash point machine beside the co-op now.
Okay.
And you can do virtually everything on your phone, can't you? You can pay checks in, transfer money, draw money out, and we're becoming a cashless society anyway. So, I mean, I'd really carry cash, it's all done on card. So for me, but I know older people who prefer to go into the bank.
They like to be face-to-face.
Yeah.
And do you find the people that you've got getting into the shop now are different and more sort of visitors, or do you still get all the local people?
I think that's what's quite sad sometimes. You get visitors are great, and we get lots of support from visitors.
Yes.
And we've got some very good local support. So, but I think many people probably won't ever have come in this shop. And that's for a variety of reasons. I think probably Amazon, buy online.
Okay.
And I think probably we're lucky because this was the family home.
Right.
And so we own the building. So if we had to pay rent, things like that, I think maybe, I don't know if we would have still been here.
Do they have a music festival in the summertime?
They do in July sometime,
Right, and is that well attended? And
I think so, there's loads of people going to pubs.
And you get a lot of people sometimes here on motorbikes meet up.
You do, the Vale Cafe.
It's a very popular place, and it's a lovely little town, village. It's really nice place to come to. Go all over Northumberland, all over Durham, all over the borders, all over the Lake District.
World pensioners, so you've got to get out, get up in the morning, get out.
Jim Clark was just, he came from the borders. And obviously, so he was a local racing driver. Sadly, he was killed racing. And my husband's always been a very keen racing enthusiast. And so that's why and very keen on Jim Clark. Right. So that's why we've got Jim Clark. Yes.
And you've got lots of little racing cars around the shop and things like that.
He doesn't really do anything to do with the buying. It's just Jim Clark that he likes. So that's why.